Good morning, dear students. Today, in class 12th, from the book Flamingo, chapter number 3, name Deep Water. So, today we will study this fiction, Deep Water, written by William O. Douglas. So, first of all, you might have heard the word phobia. Phobia means what? Phobia means fear. Okay, and in this particular chapter, we will get to know about hydrophobia, means fear of water. Generally, students, if anybody has any kind of fear, and he wants to recover it or overcome it, he has to do certain thing, like he has to be determined, he should have a great willpower, and he should be very brave in facing the situations. Okay, so these three qualities should a person have to overcome any kind of fear. Okay, so even in this chapter will tell us how should we live our life. How should we live our life? It does not matter what kind of fear we have. If we have certain things like these, we can overcome any kind of fear of water, or any kind of fear even, at least. So the starting in the chapter is very nice, and William O. Douglas himself has given this one. Actually, this piece of writing is an excerpt from his autobiography, in which he describes about his experience. So in the very beginning, he talks about YMCA. What is YMCA? It means Young Men's Christian Association. The full form of this word is Young Men's Christian Association. Okay, Young Men's Christian Association. This is the complete form of this YMCA. Okay, actually, this is a pool, YMCA pool, and in this one there was a river called Yakima River, and most of the people or the mother of this area, wherever you this William Douglas used to live in his native place, mother especially, they call this particular river a treacherous. Treacherous. Treacherous means dangerous. Why it was called dangerous? Because on the bank of the river, suppose this is the river, on the bank it was shallow. Shallow means छिछला किनारा इसको बोलते हैं ना, कम गहरा इसको बोलते हैं shallow, and while it was 9 feet at the other end, 9 feet at the other end, ये other end है, यहाँ पर ये 9 feet थी. So the especially the children, those who want to learn swimming, this particular river was not for them, isn't it? Because the brink was shallow and suddenly it goes 9 feet down. So this was the main problem, and that's why whosoever went there in past to learn swimming, the child did not come back. That's why most of the mother, they call it treacherous. Okay, means dangerous. Next, an aversion to dislike. Aversion means aversion to water. Dislike. Aversion means dislike. Why did William Douglas developed an aversion to water? Actually, when he was 3 or 4 years old, okay, when he was 3 or 4 years old, he went to California beach with his father. Okay, and they were enjoying seawater over there. Suddenly, a wave came, and the wave touched the feet of William Douglas, while William Douglas and his father, they were standing like this. Okay, and as the water of this wave touched the feet of William Douglas, his body started trembling, and the wave overcame these two characters. The whole body of this character there was wet, and father was laughing because he was enjoying the cooling of the water on his body, while the child was trembling because this was the first time then when he came to know that he has hydrophobia. Okay, not exactly, but at least at some extent he got to know that he has fear of water or hydrophobia. Thereafter, it was called also misadventure. See, generally people do adventure, and this was the misadventure. The incident happened at California beach is being considered as misadventure. Okay, then after that, one day incident happened at YMCA pool. One day, to check himself, William Douglas went to YMCA pool. Okay, he put off his clothes and he wanted to dive into the pool. He was waiting for somebody to come. Suddenly, a young boy with two or three others came over there, and the young boy had some kind of, good kind of physique, healthy one, sturdy one, and he called Douglas skinny. Skinny means thin boy. How would you like to be ducked? Duck, duck, very well. Duck means to move in the shape of a duck in the water like this. Okay, so he asked this question to William Douglas, how would you like to be ducked? कि तुम किस तरीके से तैरना चाहते हो? डक का जो बतख होता है वो नहीं, यहाँ पर हाँ तुम किस तरीके से तैरना चाहते हो? And then he picked Douglas up and tossed into the water. See what kind of situation it would be when the boy Douglas does not know how to swim. He does not know how to swim. Okay, Douglas does not know how to swim, and suddenly he was tossed up, thrown into the water of the pool. What kind of situation it will be? आप सोच सकते हो कि जब उस बच्चे को फेंका गया तो कैसी हालत होगी उसकी मेंटली. Then the pool was only 9 feet. Okay, but these 9 feet were converted into 90 feet. Okay, 9 feet depth become into 90 feet. For the first time he was going down without any preparation. That's why this 9 feet down pool became 90 feet. And strategy. Then while going down into the water in sitting position, he was going into the water, okay, into the water, and in which position? In sitting position. Okay, then he make a plan. What is a plan? See, his legs, his hands are inactive in the sense they are not doing any work, and his brain shows that he's alive. And then he makes a plan. What is a plan? He makes a plan that when he will touch the bottom of the pool, he will give a push to the bottom, to the tile, and he will come on the surface. Okay, he will lie down flat lie down. Okay, then paddle, he will paddle, and then he will come on the and becomes out of water. Okay, this is just planning. I just repeat. What is the plan? As he touches the bottom of the pool, he will give a push with his full strength to come up. He will come on the surface. He will lie down over there, and then he will pedal. And then by doing this, he will come out of work or water. What is his work? To do paddling, lie down, surface, push, and touch. All these kind of. This is the planning. Okay. So first time, as he touched the bottom, he gave a push and then suddenly he came on the surface. As he came on the surface, he was able to see that only nose and eye they come out, not the body. His legs, his hands, okay, they were into the water. Only nose and eyes they come out of the water, and he gave a good kind of breath. And again, second time he's going down. Fine. First time he came out. Second again, the water is uh, dragging him down. Nothing but water was visible. Again he went down, and again he made this planning, the same planning. Okay, and again he comes up, and same thing happened. So likewise, three times. How many times? Three times. Sorry, two times. Two times he comes out of the water, and third time he surrenders himself. But second time he defines terror. What is terror? That hydrophobia. Okay, he defines terror. What? Fear or terror that knows no understanding. According to William Douglas, into the water, he defines terror in certain things like he has a fear that knows no understanding. He has a fear that knows no control. He has a fear that no one can understand who has not experienced it. So, as per Douglas' observation, he has defined hydrophobia in three different stages like a fear that has no understanding, a fear that knows no control, and a fear that no one can understand unless he experienced it. Okay, and then he again remind his planning. First time he came out, nothing happened. Okay, second time he defines or fear in three different stages right now I told you, and third time he surrenders. Okay, so two time he tried his level best, but third time he surrenders himself to the water. Then third time what happened? A blackness swept over my brain. He says gradually darkness recovers his whole brain. It means we know it very well. His brain was only active, even his legs were paralyzed. His hands were not responding well. Only the brain shows that he was alive. That's why now third time when he was going into the water or into the bottom, then a blackout, blindness swept over his brain, and then he feels no more panic. He says himself there is no need to be panic. Then quiet and peaceful. He surrenders himself to the water, and he says it is so nice, so peaceful, no need to jump. Then he says now there is no need to jump because he has done whatever he could. Then he feels that tender means soft arms around me, and these arms like mothers. It means the fear of water here has been personified. Okay, personification you might know. So this fear has been personified here, and he has arms like mother. So right now, third time, while going down to the bottom of the pool, William Douglas surrenders himself to the water. Then, after doing this, he does not know what happened to him, and suddenly he came out on the surface. And the boy, the chap, who's that boy? The young boy who has tossed Douglas into the water, he said, I was only fooling. He said this, I was just kidding. Was it the real matter of kidding? No, it was like someone to throw to the death. Okay, like that. Then, on that day, he was too tired because first time in his life he did some kind of physical activity and he could not eat that night. Okay, so first time the night was also without food because he was tired. His muscles were so tired. He could not do anything else except relax. Then become a real patient of hydrophobia. Now it was clear that he has become a patient of hydrophobia. The incident at California beach was the first time when he experienced a little bit of fear in his brain or in the body, but the YMCA pool incident clarified that he really has become a patient of hydrophobia. So, dear students, till here we got to know that he has really a fear of water. Okay, now avoided water whenever he could. Now he fixed his mind that he would avoid water whenever he can, or he avoided water whenever he could. So knowingly he does not want to touch even water. That's why, because he has fear of water. And on the other side, just see what kind of hobbies he has: canoeing, boating, and swimming. What are these? All these three hobbies, they are related to water. Okay, and he does not want to touch water because he has hydrophobia. So there are two options before Douglas: whether he has to leave his hobbies unfulfilled or overcome his fear of water. Only two things. But dear students, this story has been added to just to show you what kind of a role determination, willpower plays in our life. That's why he started doing something to overcome his fear of water, because at any cost he does not want to leave his hobbies. And what are his hobbies? Canoeing, boating, and swimming. So these three again are related to water. Then in the month of October, 1st October, to overcome his water, what does he do? He hired an instructor. Instructor means coach, like swimming coach. Okay, he hired an instructor, and 5 days a week, an hour daily, an hour each day, means Monday to Friday, and 1 hour daily. He started practicing under the instruction of coach. And thereafter, how does the coach prepare him? Like, he tie a belt around his waist and a rope to the belt, and then he started doing practice. Now total 6 month period was. How many months? 6 months. And out of 6 months, first 3 months, what does Douglas learn? To put my face underwater. Douglas learned to put his face underwater. First thing. Second thing, to cross the pool on foot. Dear students, first 3 months he spent by doing two practices. One, to put his face underwater, and third is to cross the pool on foot. See, 3 months, such a big time period he took, but he was determined. Anyhow, he has to learn swimming. Then, in pieces, he learned swimming, and every piece of learning swimming was, we can say, framed by the instructor or by the coach. Douglas became a swimmer in April month. October to April. See, starting was from October and ending was April. And in the month of April, the instructor announced that instructor was finished. Means he says to Douglas, you can go, you can swim. And then Douglas says the instructor was finished. Dear students, it does not mean the real one. Like you see, the instructor was finished. Finished means over. It does not mean the instructor was dead. No, it means the task, the work, the coaching of instructor was over. Now it was the turn of Douglas to check himself whether he has become a good swimmer or not. Now, alone at the pool. Once he, after learning this one swimming, he once alone he goes to a pool, and then he talks to fear of water, trying to scare me. Ah, well, he say these words to the terror, trying to scare me. मुझे डराना चाहते हो? And then until July, he started doing his practices by visiting different lakes, rivers, or pools, and he was not satisfied. April, May, June, July. 3 months again he invested on his swimming, and he goes to different pools to check himself. Then he went to Lake Wentworth. This is the lake, and he swam 2 miles. Okay, suppose this is the lake, I just tell you, and from one corner to another corner he has to cross. So 2 miles as he went over there. So in between, see, in middle of the lake, as he was swimming the lake Wentworth, as he reached in the middle of the lake, suddenly old sensation returned in his miniature. In pieces means the old terror. Sensation means terror. Old fear of water came to Douglas when he was in the middle of the lake Wentworth. Again, my dear students, again he put his face under the water, and he says, well, Mr. Terror, what do you think you can do to me? He talks to terror. Again, I just tell you that William Douglas in his autobiography personified this fear of water. When he was in the middle of the lake Wentworth, he put his face. When he thinks that the terror has come again to him, he put his face under water and speaks something to the terror and collected his strength. He became more confident, and in the same speed he crossed the Lake Wentworth. This is the example, my dear students, when he really feels that he has become a swimmer. To cross the Lake Wentworth has defined that now William Douglas is able to cross or swim any water body. Then it was spoken by William Douglas. Then he performed as Doug Corcoran used to do. It means Doug Corcoran. You will see in the book the name has been given. He was a famous swimmer of his time that has been given in the chapter. So after crossing Lake Wentworth, William Douglas said that he also wanted to do as Doug Corcoran had done in his life. And then in the ending of the chapter, there is a saying of Roosevelt says, all we have to fear is fear itself. My dear students, this is the one of the most important line of this chapter that tells everything about our fear. All we have to fear. He says, whatever we have fear is not the fear of something, but it is the fear of the same thing. For example, I just tell you one. Like everybody knows that we have fear of death. It is not death that makes us afraid, but it is the fear of death. I just give another example. Suppose a black snake bites somebody. Okay, a black snake bites somebody. Got it? This person dies not because of this black snake but because of the fear of black snake. This is the saying that all we have to fear is fear itself. Okay, so by the end of the chapter, William Dells define it very well, that whatever we have fear, it is not the fear of the same thing by which we get fear, but it's the real fear of that particular thing. Okay, so dear students, that's all for this particular chapter, deep water. And I will share some kind of assignment and the answers and questions of this chapter to you. Thank you. Have a good day.